So sometimes when you have to do a lot of inner growth work or when you start something like therapy, you might experience like growing pains. And that is that sensation when you really connect with the information that you need to, when you really confront the truth about something so that you can let it go. So the actual core process, whether you go through therapy or whether you just decided to do the inner work of picking up something, this could be cycles in past relationships, this could be relationships with your parents, this could be the relationship with yourself, and you actually expose the issue, and whether you have someone like a therapist that helps you expose that, or whether you decide to expose it yourself, whether you dig in deep and reflect upon it, having it exposed in front of you, knowing that the conclusion you've come to with a therapist or on your own is true, and that sensation in your chest where it actually feels a little bit like your heart feels a bit bruised, is the sensation that you're working through it correctly. I think a lot of people fear therapy and this is the point where they check out or where they stop doing any inner work because that feeling is uncomfortable. But that feeling is allowing you to confront it. So sitting in that feeling of discomfort because it struck a nerve means you're on the right lines and you're on the right track because you are now thinking about it. And to do that inner work so that you stop these patterns, you actually have to think, where did the pattern start from? And when you have that moment where you find out where it started from, then it is painful or uncomfortable in the short term, but then you can move through it. And I think people don't talk about that feeling very much. And people fear that feeling, but it is actually a good feeling because it means that you are resonating with that, what it's trying to tell you. And sometimes the only advice is to sit through it, experience it, acknowledge the pain or the discomfort that it's giving you, because that's your inner child working through that. And the most honorable thing to do is to not give up now, to keep going through that, because on the other end of it, once you heal from that, once it stops triggering you in that way, it means you've kind of let that go. And you sometimes don't even realize till you start doing this inner work that you've got quite a lot of those bruises internally from past experiences that you need to let go of. But it is unbelievable how much your past experiences will impact your future behavior. Issues in your childhood, issues with yourself, they will just manifest themselves and they'll just develop into future relationships with work colleagues, with friends, in romantic relationships. And you'll kind of not really understand, why do I keep making the same mistake, picking the same person, being so unhappy? Because you're replaying a dynamic that you haven't put to bed in your past. And it is uncomfortable, but if you want the life that you want, everybody has to do it. And the people that haven't done it are the people that remain stuck. So this is kind of like a lesson that people just need to acknowledge. You're going to have to do this work at some point if you truly want to be happy. If you want to live in denial and have chaotic relationships after chaotic relationships, then that's fine. No one's forcing you to do the inner work. But I think you really miss out on the ability to grow, and growing includes the growing pains. It includes this period of feeling a little bit uncomfortable, because without it, you're not learning anything. And sometimes lessons are presented in a little bit more of an uncomfortable way than we would like, but it's for a reason. So hopefully for anybody who feels a little bit uncomfortable right now because they're working through some stuff, just know that everybody has that and that it will pass, but that it's also important not to rush this process. Just feel the little internal bruising, just feel the tenderness and be kind to it, and just wait till it passes, but don't speed past, because you're actually onto something amazing right now.